know where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We got to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
Chief Concerns is presented by BetOnline and Olipop. Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year. It's football season, and you know what that means? It means it's time to get in on BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our 150 slot games. Head to the website today and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. Come on, baby. Go. Yes! That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash, and JD will be joining us shortly. We're going to have an action-packed show tonight. You guys are going to get your money's worth of this one, like we told you guys the other day. We got Teja coming on later to give us some betting insight. We'll be doing our same game parlay. So pretty much our Friday show mixed in with our normal, usual Wednesday show. And of course, we got our giveaways to get to give away. We have some round one of the giveaways, I'll say. So round one of the giveaways. If it's your first time coming on the show and looking and see what we got. This is so we're gonna be doing a giveaway this holiday season, as I mentioned before. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, go to Apple Podcasts, leave a review with your handle, and so we know who to link up with you guys. But yeah, we got a lot of things we're giving away. We're gonna be giving away 2 items tonight, and I already did a random drawing earlier, and I've already made a little slideshow for you guys to go over with that. But yeah, JD will be coming on. He'll be doing his keys to victory. He'll be going into the Dunngeon on this beautiful Wednesday night, the Thanksgiving Eve, I would say. Yeah, Thanksgiving Eve. But yeah, I just want to when JD comes on, but I want to shout out to all you guys. Thanksgiving, it's time to give thanks, and obviously, we have our loved ones, our family, our friends, but the Chief Concerns community over the last year and change. I mean, some of you guys have been with us since the jump of this thing a couple of years back, but yeah, I know JD will come on and echo the same thing, but I want to say thank you to you all. You guys have been amazing. You guys are the reason why, we keep growing, and without you guys, Chief Concerns would just be Chief Concerns, but you guys make Chief Concerns who it is, and we really appreciate everybody. We love you guys dearly. So yeah, and giving back with the giveaway that we're gonna be doing is our little way, giving back to you guys. Obviously you guys like the content, right? So there you go. That's that's some of the giveaway right there. But yeah, we'll have the giveaway here shortly. But yeah, so JD's actually right now, he's driving back from seeing his nephew Chad, and he'll be getting his it's a Dunngeon and the keys to victory ready while I do the giveaways. And on top of that, today our friend Darren Smith, who actually I want to give a shout out to Darren Smith. He's going through a procedure right now. He's a local radio host in Kansas City. Fantastic guy, friend of the show. And yeah, we want to give our well wishes to Darren. And but before he gave some. I don't know how the guy does it. The guy is doing a procedure right now. Before he went to his procedure today, He got some amazing Chiefs content, very Thanksgiving themed stuff. And I want to be able to share that with you guys tonight before we get to the giveaways, just in true Thanksgiving fashion. We got to see what our guys on the field like, what they're eating for Thanksgiving. Now, we all know we have on our tables, and I'd love to hear what everyone's got in the comments in the chat. But I'm going to toss it to Darren Smith, who has some stuff that some of the Chief players will be eating come tomorrow night. So here is Darren Smith's interviews with some of our Chief players.
What's Thanksgiving like at a Tranquil household?
Well, we'll see. We got my wife's side of the family coming in this year. I'm sure we'll have a nice spread and be able to spend some time with the kids. But it'll be a good Thanksgiving meal. Probably some turkey, some stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes. I'm sure it'll be sweet.
A lot of starch, huh?
Yeah, a lot of starch. Got to carb up.
So I got to ask, so what are some of the must-haves and don'ts when it comes to what's on the menu for you?
So I like the dark meat on the turkey. I feel like it tends to be a little more juicy. So we got to have a good turkey. You got to cook it right. I've made the mistake, not cooked it right in years past. We're getting better. I love some good gravy, mashed potatoes. Not too much of a sweets guy. I don't know if that's just an in-season thing or whatnot, but maybe a chocolate chip cookie at the end.
What is a Thanksgiving meal like at your place?
Man, turkey, ham, yams.
Yams.
Yeah, you gotta go with the yams. I like the cream corn, mashed potatoes, cornbread. A lot of carbs, man. A lot of carbs.
Any macaroni and cheese?
For sure, got to have the mac. Totally forgot about that. Got the mac. Gotta have some type of salad for sure. And then at the end of the day, you gotta have peach cobbler, vanilla ice cream.
So those are the must-haves. What are the don'ts that, if somebody's coming to your place, do not bring over?
I'm not really too big on the cranberry sauce. Some people are into that. I mean, you can bring it over, but you're going to have to put it on the other side of the table.
So Thanksgiving place for you, do you have someone go out, get the groceries and prepare it, or do you have it catered?
I mean, this year, man, I'm going to be hosting some of my teammates, so I probably have to get it catered. Won't have enough time, to prep it, at home before practice, before the big game. So, for the most part, yeah, it's going to happen just catered.
What is Thanksgiving like in the Smith household?
Since I've been in the league, it hasn't been great. I don't really do anything. There's been a tradition with me and some of my teammates. We go to a restaurant in Kansas City called Stock Hill. We eat there. And then with Wanya Morris, his mama, she loves to cook. So even back to our Tennessee days, I always go over to Mom B's house and we eat a lot.
Okay, so I got to ask, what are some must-haves and don'ts on the menu for you?
Yeah, I mean, must-have for me, I got to have dressing. I got to have cranberry sauce. I don't know why I'm sort of obsessed with it. A lot of people might frown, but chitlins. I want some chitlins at Thanksgiving and Christmas. It is what it is, man. I'm country.
It's a quiet taste.
Yeah, so I got to have that combination.
What is on the Pennell household menu for Thanksgiving?
We got a lot of fried catfish, fried lobster, of course, some mac and cheese. We do it a little differently in our family, so we get a little crazy. Wagyu steak for sure.
Oh, what?
Yeah, definitely the A5 Wagyu. Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. So what else? What are some must-haves on the menu and some do's and don'ts?
The must-haves are mac and cheese, of course, that's a staple. Yams. Got to do the fried catfish. We got to take out the casseroles. Like everybody, you got to ban the casserole. Yeah.
So if I were to come over, what are some do's and don'ts that you have for the household?
The number one is you got to let grandfather pray over the food before you eat. No snacking, no anything like that. And just make sure you leave full.
What's Thanksgiving like at a Reed household?
Crazy. A lot of family in. Got all my siblings coming this year. We from Louisiana, so we do gumbo. So that's part of our Thanksgiving tradition. But all the bases, collard greens, mac and cheese. I'm a honey ham type of guy, but we do ham and turkey. So yeah.
Now, I know last year you told me you had Thanksgiving. Last year you told me you had it catered. This year, are you sending people out? You sending the family out to get all the food and come back and cook it, or are you having it catered again this year?
No, yeah. This year, my mom already did it all. Yeah, 2 days ago.
Already?
She already did most of it, and just the finishing touching on things that'll be done the day of. But most of it's already done.
For you, what is must have and please don't put that on the menu this year?
I gotta have my sweet potatoes with marshmallows and sweet corn pudding. I like
sweet corn pudding.
Yeah, corn pudding. Something my grandma always made. So I can't wait to get.
Man, I have flashbacks to growing up. My mom would not let me leave the table till I finished that corn pudding, and I stayed there all night. So I don't know how you do it. So what are some of the do's and don'ts for family gatherings and holiday dinners?
The do's is, just everybody enjoying each other's time, but the don'ts is, arguing over some random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that, but my family really, really don't argue. It's just all good times to see each other.
Best Thanksgiving meal that you've had?
I think all of them. Every time I get to go home and have a Thanksgiving meal, it's pretty cool. I mean, since been playing college ball or anything, I haven't really had time to go home. So having the family come here and, make it at my crib is actually pretty cool.
Okay, but I could ask you earlier, what is normally on the menu? So what do you normally have besides your favorites?
We have, turkey, ham, collard greens, yams, corn pudding, some bread, and then my favorite, some dessert.
No macaroni and cheese, no mashed potatoes?
Oh, yeah, macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, but
greens, cabbage?
Yeah, greens, cabbage, all that stuff. You reminded me stuff. I'm just thinking about those things I look forward to.
What is on the menu for Thanksgiving at the Karloftis household?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with me not growing up in this country, I didn't really celebrate it, so I'm not too into the holiday, probably go spend it with some friends.
Okay, so but since you've been here, I mean, have you joined other teammates or have you really celebrated? Or
like when we were back in Indiana, me and my girlfriend Kaya, we'd celebrate with my family and hers. Now we've just kind of been around some teammates, coaches, that kind of stuff.
What's your must-have on the menu though for you? If you've got to have a big family gathering or something, what does George Carlisle have to have on that menu?
For Thanksgiving or in general?
Both. Well, let's just go with Thanksgiving.
Let's do Thanksgiving for now. I like sweet potatoes, so like sweet potatoes with some probably some cinnamon in there, marshmallows, throw maybe some pecans in there too.
So that was Darren Smith. That was amazing content. Darren loved hearing all the guys what they're eating for Thanksgiving. And again, well wishes, sending our love from Chief Concerns over to you, Darren. I know you're going through a procedure right now during this Thanksgiving weekend. So I hope I send all the love to you, and I'm sure everybody in the chat is saying the same thing as well. But great interview. Gotta say, Justin Reed, I think his mom, I think she wins as far as this all the interviews we saw. But already has the meals done. That's fantastic. I mean, I gotta say, I did send over about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think most guys are like this. I don't know. I like to hear in the chat, and I'm sure daughters as well. But I texted my mom a couple weeks back. I saw this thing came on my timeline of this person making this amazing mac and cheese, like a six layered, different types of cheeses, mac and cheese. Look phenomenal. My mom makes pretty good mac and cheese. She has like the Ritz cracker bits on top. But I saw this whole thing. I sent it over to her like a couple weeks ago, and then I found out today she is going to be making that somewhat of what I sent her a couple weeks ago. As guys, you see stuff. You sent it your mom's way, and I think sons and daughters, I think alike, are very into all sending our moms some of the recipes if they haven't perfected it yet. But I can't wait for Thanksgiving. Just hearing all the meals there, I'm getting hungry. I saw someone in the chat said that they're going to be rocking with, was it Gary Holland? I think he said fried turkey, root beer roasted ham. Root beer roasted ham. That's a different one right there. Hash brown casserole, broccoli casserole, little pecan pie. Ooh, okay. I'm a pumpkin pie guy, but pecan pie is pretty good too. I don't mind that one bit. Chief yams and tamales. Okay, all right. We're talking a little bit. I will say I don't know if anybody else caught Karloftis. He's from Greece, so he's really Thanksgiving's not his thing. But I gotta say, take me to a Karloftis household for any kind of meal. If they're gonna whip up some euros for us, I would love a Karloftis euro. And just by the way he is, and the way he looks, I'm sure there's a lot of meat in those things. So give me some Karloftis euros, and I'll be loving that any day of the week. Poor George. Damate, I don't know, man. Poor George or not. The Greek food is fantastic. So, I'm sure his meals he's having on a weekly basis where he was growing up, I'm sure he was doing all right for himself. I mean, look at the guy. The guy's pretty stout. So I'm sure they got the Greek hookup there. And as a Persian guy, my dad usually makes a little bit for Christmas or Thanksgiving. My dad usually is whipping up some Persian meals to go along with the Thanksgiving and the traditional Thanksgiving, the turkey, the candy yams, all that stuff. So we get a little bit of the ethnic stuff within the Thanksgiving meals and the Christmas meals. So Karloftis, I'm sure they got some good Greek stuff in there that I'm sure it's pretty good. Mike Brett, we are Kraft mac and cheese blue box Stover's family. Okay, you know what? I gotta say, Mike, I love if I'm not gonna have like this special, like amazing, like 6-layer whatever mac and cheese. Give me your standard Kraft mac and cheese and call it a day. When I was younger, I was a cheap date. Give me some sliced up hot dogs, throw it in the Kraft mac and cheese, call it a night. I'm good to go. That's amazing for me. I would love that. Ray 028. I love a good macaroni salad with my turkey, brown rice and potato salad with some empanadas. Ooh, Ray. Okay, get a little spicy empanadas, baby. I love that. That's fun right there. Add a little bit of that. I like the Kathy Welch, see mashed potatoes and gravy. Okay. All right. I'm not a big mashed potatoes guy. If I'm sweet potatoes, candy yams, that's where you have me. Mashed potatoes. I call me a weirdo. I'm not a big mashed potatoes guy. And I know a lot of people love that. It's not usually my cup of tea, but I think I'm in the rare few who just doesn't like mashed potatoes. But you give me some candy yams, sweet potatoes, little marshmallows, little pecan on the top. Love it. Gives me all day. Today was getting the pumpkin pies and pecan pies baked. Witchy Hall. Gosh, I gotta have. I love pumpkin pies. Call me basic. I know I don't do the whole Starbucks. I don't do none of that stuff. But when you get pumpkin season, I'll go to with my girlfriend. I'll go to Starbucks. I'll order some pumpkin spice an iced pumpkin spice latte. Anything pumpkin, I'm into it. My car actually have the Yankee Candle pumpkin spice a car freshener that's hanging in my car right now. So I'm all into that. Chad, okay, what's up, Chad? Oyster casserole. Ooh, see, I've never had that before, so that sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to look up what oyster casserole looks like. But I mean, if you guys are having it down in Kentucky, I'm sure it's fantastic. And Chad, good luck to your Packers tomorrow night. I think you guys are gonna dominate the Dolphins. Dolphins are coming to Green Bay on a Thursday in November. Yeah, we know Tua can't hack it in the cold weather. Newt Persian, yep, that's me, baby. Half Persian, half Cuban, baby. Half Cuban, half Persian, all American, baby. That's how we roll. Yeah, it does sound delicious. Anything Mediterranean is always delicious. Oh yeah, Carlotas has it on lock. He may not be doing the whole Thanksgiving spiel, but hey, if he's doing the old Greek stuff, I gotta love that. Yeah, Greek food is fantastic in general. Mediterranean food, yeah. Wish you love pecan pies. Yeah, pecan pies is fantastic. Kathy, of course, football is fantastic. Football is synonymous with Thanksgiving. You can't have Thanksgiving without football, and you can't have football without Thanksgiving. It's the way it goes. What's up, Kevin? What's up, buddy? Okay, Susan speaks mashed potatoes and turkey. Okay, the traditional stuff there. Traditional stuff. You gotta love it. You gotta love the mashed potatoes and turkey. Now, I wonder if I'm in Northern Virginia, so we're not really Southern, I would say, but we're Virginia. But the mashed potatoes we have is very basic, I would say. So I'm curious to see if you guys do anything a little bit different down in Kentucky. I know Kentucky, Virginia, similar in many ways, in many respects. I'm curious if you guys do anything a little different down there. And you have the Puerto Rican background. I wonder if you do a little bit, add anything a little spicy to it. If you guys do any Puerto Rican dishes within your Thanksgiving meals, I'd be curious to know if you guys do that as well. Witchy Hall, we're making a casserole called Huntington turkey, pasta shells, turkey gravy, cream cheese topped with buttercream, caramel saltines. Ooh, you guys are. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so you guys are doing this to me. It's kind of unfair, but I think I started it by throwing Darren Smith's video in there, and that started off me getting hungry for the night. Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, of course, buddy. Mama bought a tiny pumpkin we made from scratch this time. Ooh, pumpkin pie from scratch. I like it. You guys are something else, man. Yeah, this whole thing is getting me hungry, Ray. We're supposed to be talking about Raiders week right now, and instead you guys are doing this to me. We're about to get to giveaways, but yeah, I just want to hear what all you guys are rocking for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Just finished hash brown and egg casserole with bacon, man. Yeah, you guys are fun, man. You guys are fun. Make it cranberry candy first time. Ooh, cranberry candy. Yeah, tell JD to send pics to that. I'm very curious to see what that looks like. Very curious. The Finns by 8 in Green Bay. No way. We know Tua can't hack it in the cold. And we proved that last year. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think J-Lo and Love and the boys and Packers are gonna take them down. I think so. Friday's gonna taste even better. Yep, Raiders taste pretty good. I hear leftovers and Raiders is synonymous for a good Thanksgiving weekend meal. That's what I've heard, at least. We're gonna find out on Friday. Smoked oxtail stew, smoked lamb shanks. Okay. I gotta say, what was that? Mike Pinnell. Mike Pinnell's doing Wagyu for Thanksgiving. Big spender there, man. That's some good money there. He's spending for that stuff. Twice baked potatoes. Okay. All right. I'll put the food talk to bed here, guys. You guys are making me too hungry. You're gonna make me too hungry. And plus, we gotta get the giveaways. And I know some of you guys are anxiously waiting for the giveaways. But so we're gonna go to the giveaway portion. So, like I said, I already kind of randomly there's 7 reviews on there with handles. Well, there was not all the handles on there, but there were some of the handles that you guys put in the giveaway in the reviews. Which I gotta say, you guys gave amazing reviews, and this is only round 1 of the reviews. So again, guys, there's plenty of time to be doing. There's plenty of time to get in on that. We have a million giveaways we're going to be giving away. So we're giving away 2 tonight for Thanksgiving to start off the show. JD's going to be hopping on here in a second to do his keys to victory, but I'm going to get to the giveaways here. So without further ado, let's begin. So I randomly did it. You guys have seen me do giveaways before. I put it in a hat and I grab them. And it's obviously not the best. It's not the best visual for TV. So didn't do that in front for the TV for the live audience here. But I have the giveaways already selected. I made a slide deck to show the review and to show who it was won by, and then also the item that they will be going home with, which I'll be sending out probably after this weekend, because Thanksgiving and all that stuff. But I'll be doing that. So without further ado, let's get to the slide deck. Let's go to see what item number 1 is and winner number 1. So item number 1, this is obviously these are all paintings done by Corey, the artist chief. Fantastic. If you guys just want to, I actually bought this piece last year for my brothers who are Raiders fans, and I would never get anything that would demean the Chiefs in any way as possible. And I think this is a cool illustration of the Raiders-Chiefs rivalry in a respectful way. If you're a Chiefs fan, you could put that up. If you're a Raiders fan, you could hang that up and do the Crosby-Mahomes rivalry. But again, yeah, guys, subscribe on YouTube and review on Apple Podcasts if you want to get a part of the next round of giveaways. We have a lot of stuff we're giving away. We have commemorative Chiefs footballs. We got Jason Dunn jersey. We got a Hollywood Brown jersey. And we got more Corey the Artist paintings that we'll be giving away here. But this is the first one. If you guys want, go to Corey the Artist's page on Twitter, and you guys can buy these if you want to for Christmas. Great Christmas gifts. All my Raiders family loved it. My nephew actually has this painting up in his dorm room in college. So, yeah, it's good stuff. So this is the first one we're giving away. I'm going to go to it right here. Yeah. Okay. So I got the real deal right here. This is what we're giving away. So the picture on the slide deck. That's whoever gets this is getting this painting. I'll be sending it next week, and I've already selected that. And the first giveaway goes to our guy. Let me get rid of that here. Sorry, guys. A boy named Sasha, and that's our friend Sasha, who's been I think the last 2-3 weeks. I think we've seen him come on here. And this is his review. Really appreciate the love and the kind words there. JD and I really appreciate it. As you guys can see, unique football show for all fans. I'm not going to read the whole thing there, but it's we really appreciate the review. That was really awesome. And again, guys, the reviews help us. They go a long way to helping us as far as getting our channel out there and growing our audience. Obviously, you guys are on YouTube. You guys watch the show, but we have a lot of people who listen. But more people would find out about the show if we get more reviews and 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. YouTube's a little bit more democratic, where it'll recommend your videos and suggest your videos and our videos to more people just by you guys liking videos. Whereas the podcast, they're going to go to your main ones, the main outlets out there. Whereas if more reviews, more likes, then Apple Podcasts and Spotify will, prioritize Chief Concerns and get it out, recommend it, and suggest it for more people. But Sasha, we really appreciate the love, man. I could have said it. I'm going to probably use this in our bios and about us in the future, because what this review here was fantastic, better than I could have said. So I really appreciate the love. But yeah, you get this beautiful piece by Corey the Artist coming your way, buddy. So reach out to chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. Chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. Sasha, give me your address and I will send it your way, brother. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. JD will be coming on here soon, but yeah, we really appreciate all the reviews you guys given us. So yeah, the other people who are still in there, you guys will still be in the drawing. If you guys haven't done this yet, get in here. We got a lot of things we're giving away for the next few weeks up until Christmas time, guys. So, and obviously we do giveaways all year long. So get your review in and be a part of this giveaway. I don't know if Sasha's on here yet. No Sasha tonight, maybe. And he'll see this though. But chiefconcerns@yahoo.com to send your address, and we'll get this out to you shortly. But yeah, congrats, Sasha. Amazing stuff, buddy. Really appreciate it. Okay. So now we're going to go to our next giveaway, and this is another piece from our guy, Corey the Artist. And this is not the only stuff. We're not the only thing we're giving away, guys. We are giving away commemorative footballs as well as Jason Dunn jersey and a Hollywood Brown jersey. And, of course, we're going to have giveaways all year long. And this is our next piece. This is back before I was born. Obviously, I've seen the NFL films and whatnot on the run to this the first Chiefs Super Bowl, guys, the first one for us when we beat the purple, what was their the Purple People Eaters? That was their old nickname. But yeah, we got this right here. Len Dawson, Hank Stram, Lamar Hunt, all these guys. Joe Namath in there, Daryl LaMonica in there. So yeah, we got some old school stuff here. But yeah, this is a beautiful piece by Corey, the Artist. Which Hall, the year I was born. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Before I was born, not before Witchy Hall was born, but I'm sure we got some elder statesmen in the chat. I'm sure a lot of you guys even probably remember the season, but I don't, of course. But obviously, I know a little bit about it. Yeah. But this is our next giveaway here, and we're gonna go to our. I need to get sound effects in here. I'm gonna do a drum roll here next week. Yep. Purple People Eaters. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I watched that Super Bowl. There you go, Kevin. Atta baby. Okay. Witchy, I'm so old. Plunkett. That is not Jim Plunkett, Newt. That is Joe Namath there. And above that is Daryl LaMonica. So no, that is and special points if you get this. What was Daryl LaMonica's nickname? Does anybody remember Daryl LaMonica's nickname for the Raiders? Come on, baby. If anyone gets it, we'll throw. You know what? Whoever gets this, I'll throw in a Chief Concerns headband if you get Daryl LaMonica's nickname. So, and there he is. There's the man, Sasha. I don't know if you saw, buddy. Sasha, you won the giveaway, brother, for the first thing. Oh, that's not fair. Sasha got the Sasha. Not only did Sasha get the first review and the first giveaway, he got the Mad Bomber nickname. So Sasha, I will throw in a Chief Concerns headband when I send off your piece of art, brother. Yeah, Sasha, you just missed it. This is what you won for the giveaway. So you were the first winner, and you also got Chief Concerns headband coming your way. This is what you won, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. He didn't even know. He just popped in and got that. That's fantastic. No, Sasha, you're too kind, buddy. Your review was fantastic, man. We really appreciate the love you gave us. Like I said earlier, I couldn't have written that myself. That's going to go to our About Us in the future. But it was amazing, well written. We really appreciate the love, man. So Sasha, send your email address, send your address to chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. I will send out your giveaways to that address. So yeah, chiefconcerns@yahoo. Give me your address, and I will send your beautiful painting by Corey the Artist, as well as the Chief Concerns headband for getting the Mad Bomber nickname. Okay, so all right, before we get to JD's about to hop on for our keys to victory, but Sasha, again, chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. Send your address. Okay, so our next giveaway is this beautiful piece. Obviously, we just went over that. Yeah, Kevin Morris. There you go. Tallest power trap, baby. TPT, baby. Okay. So our next giveaway winner is Marion Oliver. One of our day ones is going away with this amazing piece here. Marion Oliver, appreciate all your kind words here, man. JD and I really appreciate it. 5-star review. Awesome KC Chiefs show. Again, you guys are fantastic with these reviews. I mean, what is this here? I mean, I'm gonna have to use this again in our About Us page. I think that's how we're gonna have to do it. That's how JD and I are gonna have to do it. You guys are just pull from what you guys say about us and put it on our About Us page. But again, really appreciate it. At Marion Oliver, brother, definitely send us your address. chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. We will get this out to you next week sometime. After the holiday, I'll be able to go to USPS and send it off your guys' way. But amazing. Really appreciate the kind of words. I know Marion's been around for a long time. But yeah, Sasha, Marion, congratulations. And we really appreciate the reviews. And guys, like I said earlier, still time to get in on the reviews. and to get in on this giveaway, because we're giving away a lot of stuff, and we want you guys to get in on the goodness and the goodies that we're giving away to show our love and appreciation for all that you guys do for us. We love you guys. And yeah, everything that you guys do, really appreciate you guys. So, all right, guys. Well, I think our guy JD's ready. I think he is. He's ready. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys, like I said, you guys get an action-packed show today. You guys are getting everything we do on Friday, on Wednesday night, including what we usually do on Wednesday night for you guys. So you guys getting best bang for your buck. Probably the best episode of the season as far as bang for your buck, what you're getting in this whole thing. And of course, if you guys are doing a road trip on Thanksgiving, I saw someone on Twitter said they're going to be listening to this during the road trip tonight. So there you go. But without further ado, we're going to be going into the dungeon for this Thanksgiving edition of the Keys to Victory and Into the Dungeon with Jason Dunn. So guys, enjoy it. I'll see you on the other side.
Good evening, everybody. How everybody doing? Hope they're having a fabulous Wednesday night. Watching Marcus kind of doing his thing, giving out some great prizes to some very deserving people. Just want to let you know, man, we appreciate every bit of it. Every one of you all coming on here, just supporting us. We can't say that enough. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know for Marcus also too. We appreciate you so much. But we got Raiders this week. It's Raider week. It is Raider week. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, when I was kind of driving up here, just going over my points about what this week's going to mean. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people on Friday. Okay. Mainly from possibly on the Raiders side, right? You know, because they feel like, you know, the Chiefs is spoiling their Thanksgiving. You know, they got to get on planes and they got to head home. They had to either spend Thanksgiving early with their families, and they decided they're going to come to Arrowhead, play this Black Friday game. That's what it is. That's what we call it, right? But it is still Red Friday, so don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But then, you know, they talk about how the worst team in football. Antonio Pierce is you know, we're a wounded bunch, and the Chiefs are all up here, and, you know, the Raiders are down here. Well, that's what the results of the game is going to say too. Now, I know Antonio Pierce. He's not a slouch. He's not a punk. He doesn't have any of that softness in him. What he's doing is he's trying to play possum coming to Arrowhead. See, what they believe in is, since they had to come here and play a game and the family's going to be at home or somebody travel and whatnot, they're going to be a little upset. That's what they're putting all this on, okay? They're going to let that try to motivate them when they're dealing with the Chiefs coming in Arrowhead and GHA Field. They're going to talk about what they did last year and how they came and spoiled Kansas City and their dinner and how it was. But this week, it's not going to be like that. It's not. I'm telling you right now, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but we're going to have Raider turkey on Friday. That's what's going to happen. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Talk about the keys to victory. Keys to victory. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and start right here, right? Number one. All right, let me see if I can get this down here. I think my vision and stuff is open up. There we go. Yeah. All right. It's a little bit better. Keys to victory. Number one, key to victory, all right? We have to build on last week's win. Obviously, people weren't satisfied with what the Chiefs was doing and how they came out with the win. End up still scoring 30 points against, some would say, possibly the worst team in football, right? Carolina Panthers. But the Panthers didn't believe that. You know, as a Panther, you know, they're going to come and try to crawl and scratch and bite and do all those different things to try to win. And we understood we was going to get their best. We understood that. And guess what? They almost thought they had a shot. And even though it looked bleak at some point in the game, PM15 put that cape on. PM15 sit there and said, let me down this thing right here, okay, and go ahead and make this a victory. Get on the plane and head back. And guess what? They swung. They did their best to try to knock us out. Wasn't enough. It's never enough. Because Chiefs are champions. They understand how to win. So with that, we got to build on our win from last week. The things that we did well, we got to build on that. That's number one. Number two, the offensive line block like their lives depend on it. And we've been talking all week in the past few weeks. Matter of fact, the past 3 weeks, we've been sitting here and having this conversation about what our offensive line been doing and what they haven't been doing. I'm just going to be honest with you. From my eyes, looking at it, they haven't been playing their best ball. They haven't. But last week, got a little pressure on us, gave up a few sacks, 5 to be a matter of fact. Well, this week, what I'm asking and what I'm questioning and what I'm demanding from my offensive line is make sure the PM15 comes in there with a clean jersey. I don't want nobody putting their hands on 15. And they need to challenge themselves this week against the Raiders. They ain't going to let that happen. Challenge himself. Wanye, Juwan, Tooney, Creed, Trey. Y'all make that happen. Y'all put it on each other's shoulders. The PM15 will not get touched. I don't even want to get breathed on. That bad breath that Crosby and all them guys have on the other side. No, don't let that happen. Number three. Ooh-wee. Kareem Hunt and Isiah Pacheco. South Jersey violence finest is back in the building, baby. He's back. And guess what? My Chiefs, hey, that's our favorite dish. They talk about what you like on Thanksgiving. What dish are you looking to get to? Is it the sweet potato pie? Is it the broccoli casserole? Is it the green beans or the mac and cheese? Or is it going to be, one of your excellent turkeys that you cook, JD? My favorite dish is going to be these two right here. Kareem Hunt and Pacheco. That's what I'm looking for. A full serving of it. That's what we're going to give the Las Vegas Raiders. A full serving Kareem Hunt and Pacheco. That's what needs to happen. That's exactly what needs to happen. Number 4, get the ball to the playmakers, in the hands of the playmakers. We did a great job of it. Last time that we played the Raiders, we ended up giving the ball to at least 10 receivers. You ain't seen anything like that in the NFL other than with the Chiefs. You know what? PM15 is an incredible quarterback, the best in the business. And guess what? We got weapons. We got weapons all around us. Pacheco's back in the building. D-Hop came here, caught him a couple footballs. We're going to feed him the ball. Guess what? Xavier Worthy has been looking phenomenal. The Rook's been doing one hell of a job. Well done. Well done, Worthy. Hey, Noah Gray coming in and showing exactly who he is. Johnny in the spot, doing everything well. And guess what? We got number 87. Okay? Number 87. Travis Kelce. He's going to bring it. They talk about Brock Bowers on the other side. He's a very talented guy. You best believe Brock Bowers been watching 87 do it. He knows who the best in the building is. He knows that. 87, go to work on him. Go to work. And number 5, we must look to be 75% or better in the red zone. 75% or better. I'm looking at 80%. I'm thinking we're going to have at least 5 red zone trips. 4 of those got to result in touchdowns. 4 of them got to result in touchdowns. So at least 75 or better is what we're looking for. But I know we're going to at least have 5 trips in the red zone. We're going to score at least on 4 of them. Okay? It's 80%. If my math correctly, yeah, it is. So we got to make sure that's got to happen, okay? That's what we're going to do against this defense. I've always said this, and I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it again. It's never about the other team. It's all about what we do. It's all about what we do. We ain't going to give them guys no type of pub. We don't care if you're going to sit there and play possum with us. We don't care about none of that. We're going to be ready. Believe that. We're going to be ready. We're going to get to the defensive side of the ball. Tell you what. We understand on the defensive side of the ball this week, it's going to be a challenge. Okay, they got O'Connell, they got Bowers, we know they got Jacoby, they got Tucker, they got running backs, Abdul. They got guys, okay? They got guys. And guess what? They believe from what they saw against Carolina that the Chiefs defense ain't who they say they are. That's what they say. Chiefs defense, they not who they say they were. Been watching them. You start looking at the numbers of the last 4 games. Guess what? They think they got the Chiefs on the ropes. They think they got the defense. They ain't that good. They ain't a top 5 defense. Been hearing it all way. Where's the defense? The great defense the Chiefs supposed to have. Okay? That's what they keep talking about. Well, guess what, baby? We're going to show back up this week. We show them back up. It's time to start hitting some jokers in the mouth. Gain your respect back, defense. That's what has to happen. All right? So we're going to start about this. What's the first thing you want to do, JD Keys, to victory on defense? What we want to talk about? Well, let me see. We must hit the QB in the, I don't know what I'm going with, in the mouth. In the mouth. They had Gardner Minshew, okay? Last time I said knock his mustache off. O'Connor got one of them jokers too. So we're going to take it out on him. He got a mustache. We're going to remove that. We're going to remove it. We talk about this is no mustache November. Let's remove it for him, okay? Let's make it a point right there. Let's hit the quarterback in the mouth. That's got to go with pressure. From the D-line. It has to happen, D-line. And it has to happen. We come in, we got to make sure we hit these jokers in the mouth. I don't know, give you no time. 0 time. Number 2. The secondary, next challenge, must stop their playmakers. Number 1 playmaker they got right there. Bowers, tight end. That's who we must stop. Bowers has shown himself to be one of the better tight ends in the NFL. I said this. I said when the guy gets in here, you watch what he does. I said he's going to be a phenom. When he came in, he has shown that. They understand the Chiefs have a hard time covering tight ends. I think they be sitting over saying, let's go over the game, at the game. We see we got Isaiah Likely, we got Gesicki, we got Alvin. All these different guys have done a great job. Knox against the Chiefs. So he can throw the ball to the tight end. Well, guess what? Secondary. Primarily. We got to stop this guy. Not just the safety, but linebacker too. So I'm talking to you, Trent. I'm talking to you, Bolton, Chanel, whoever may be in there. We got to make sure we stop Brock Bowers. Put that sucker to bed. How about that? Number 3. Woo. The blitz and front four must hit home. The blitz and the front four must hit home. So we sitting over looking at that, right? The blitz, front four must hit home. That's what must have to happen. Okay? I'll tell you what. All they talked about is, well, the Chiefs can't get any pressure. We don't know what FAU is doing, okay? And Harry, okay? Dan is coming in making some good hits. He's getting a little bit of pressure. They said, where's Kalafkas at? The guy had a lot of sacks last year. Where is he this year? Is he still playing on the team? Well, we see Chris Jones. Chris Jones looked like he's slowing down a little bit. He's being double teamed. And even not double teamed, guess what? They blocked him. Because he's tired, because he's doing it all on himself. Well, I'll tell you what. I told you we're going to have something. We got something for him. At defense, guess what? 94, Charles Omenihu is back. Yes, he is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a good conversation with him on the sideline. We're just talking about the process. What do you need to do to get back? How close are you to getting to the place where you need to be, where you feel comfortable getting back on the field? I can see the fire in his eye. I tell you what, when you look a man in his eye and you see what he's made of, you could tell that he has no quit in what he does. You could see his heart, how it breathes. You could tell the passion that he got. You can see, you already know, there is no quit in that man. There is no quit. Welcome back, Charles Omenihu. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you. Now it's time for you to make an impact like you said you was going to do. And I know you're going to do it. We know what you're about. We know what you're made of. Go out there and go show them jokers that. Good to see you, 9-4. Going back to the fourth one. What we going to do against that? Hey, we must keep them out the red zone. Keep them out the red zone. Part of that's going to be, obviously, special teams doing their thing to make sure they're not going down there, okay, getting any type of, good field position. No, we're not going to give it up. We're going to make sure we keep them out of the red zone, all right? I don't even want them coming past our 50. I don't even want to see it. They coming in Arrowhead. They're going to know when they get in there what they got to deal with. We know these guys really well. We do. We know them. We know them real well. But guess what? What we're going to do is we're going to demand against our defense, we're going to keep these jokers out of the red zone. That's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to give you my prediction as far as score for the game when we get into the segment. But that right there is a must. Keep them out of the red zone. If you do anything, let them kick field goals. That's what we got to do. And number 5. Stay technique and fundamentally sound. For victory. That's what it's going to boil down to. Being fundamentally sound for victory. We got to get turnovers. What I'm looking at for us secondary-wise, we're talking about different ones on the team that needs to be fundamentally sound. So guess what? There's a guy that I see on that defense who hadn't really been getting a lot of playing time. But dadgone it, this week, I want to see him out there on the field. And that's number 2, Joshua Williams. Where you at, Joshua? Come holler if you hear me. We need to see you out there too. Not just on special teams. Anybody could do that. They got the heart and the will to get that done. There's guys out there that can do that job. We need you on defense. You almost had me cussing. I was about ready to. But we need your butt out there on defense, man. Fundamental technique. Everybody says, well, does he have that fundamental technique? Hell yeah, he has it. Our whole defense has it. And all they've been doing is sitting over there playing us to the left. These past 4 games, they want to give up. Oh, what are the Chiefs? What do it look like defense-wise? Okay, well, I'll tell you what it's going to look like. When we come in on Friday, we're going to squeeze these jokers to death. Get my hands up here. We're going to squeeze these jokers straight out the stadium is what we're going to do. That's how it's going to do. It's going to be a vice grip around their neck. Nothing else matters at that point. One game at a time. You don't have to be perfect, but I'll tell you what, one thing we're going to make sure it's going to happen, we're going to send them suckers packing. And I guarantee some of them jokers are going to be okay. They're going to be injured. I guarantee it. But I'm telling you right now, Friday night comes, during the day, the Chiefs going to end up being victorious. We know that. Looking for Omenihu, looking for Pacheco, and looking for everybody else's supporting cast to get those jobs done. It is Raider week, baby. We know what it is, and they do too. So get ready, because it is going to be a brawl. See y'all jokers in a minute.
And there you have it, guys. Yeah, I think you guys are getting a sense here, if you didn't really realize already, that Raiders Week is just a little different for these guys who play in the Chiefs Raiders rivalries. Obviously, as fans, we can't stand Raiders and anything Raiders stand for, but you can see it's a little different for JD. I don't know if you guys can tell, but based on the 2 shows we've had where we've had the warm up to this, the keys to victory to the Raiders games, it's just a little different. Just it hits a little different. I've seen some of you guys in the chat noticed that too. I think Amda said something here earlier, which was pretty funny. Yeah, Coach Dunn was on fire tonight. He really was. He's not taking no prisoners tonight. But yeah, I gotta say, I mean, we're about to get into it a little bit as far as Charles Omenihu, and talk about that a little bit. Yeah, because quite frankly, that's the big key. Pacheco and Charles Omenihu is a big time impact for this game. I don't know how much impact they're going to have, and that's what we want to talk to JD about. But it's huge. It's we've been asking for help from for Chris Jones. We haven't really last few weeks. We haven't really gotten it. JD mentioned it there. Karloff's only 4 sacks this year, and 11 games in regular season last year. Charles Omenihu had 7 sacks. So, yeah, we're missing that element. We're missing that component. It's the reason why he was one of our big offseason acquisitions last year. And we've missed that, and now that we have him back, it's gonna be good stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to have JD to talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, big time. It was a big time keys of victory this week. Yep, Sasha just hit a PR. Yeah, he was Sasha. If you guys saw, Sasha was at the gym. I don't know what he was doing at that point in time. But yeah, Sasha was ready to go. Listening to JD there. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else is excited to see Charles Omenihu this week, because I think I am. I've been waiting a long time. I've seen his videos, and then when JD spoke to him a couple weeks back, it was like, okay, let's get this guy back here. It's time. And also we've seen our edge rush play. We haven't really seen FAU do much, and Karloff's is not having the sacks. Yes, he's getting back there. He's getting the pressures, but he hasn't had the sacks yet. So yeah, it was almost high time that we get Omenihu back. And yeah, just like Wichita Hall, Omenihu back will force them to quit triple teaming Jones. Exactly. And his versatility of playing him inside and outside. Yeah, it's big time. It's big time. Like JD said, especially against a team that wants to kind of want to roll over a little bit. They kind of want to roll over. I've seen all these Raider fans want them to take the season out to get Shedeur Sanders potentially in the draft. So obviously it's a fan thing, not really the player thing. But yeah, we're going to talk about what Antonio Pierce also said too today, which leads me to think there's potential of a little quit. If you put a little, go up right away, put the knife in them, put 2 or 3 touchdowns in that first quarter, take an early lead. I think we may see a little bit of maybe guys waving the white flag a little bit, and the Chiefs can kind of roll to victory on this Black Friday game. The Raiders season can fade to black on Black Friday. So yeah, you're a little foreshadowing of what our episode is going to be for the post game show on Friday. Chiefs force Raiders season or Chiefs. Yeah, somebody fade to black. I think I like that component to it a little bit. So yeah, love the Omenihu pickup, and I love that he's back and the Kareem. Also, the JD mentioned the offensive aspect, the ground attack between Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. That's nasty, man. That's going to force a lot of defenses to also talk about breaking a team's will. Having those two jokers coming at you all game long, forget about it. But yeah, so we'll be beginning to talk about the Charles Omenihu and Pacheco impact in a second here when JD is ready. But yeah, so this will. Okay, JD is ready. Here we go. Bring him in. Bringing our guy back on stage. What's up, JD? How you feeling after that one? You got really into it, man. I know Raiders Week hits different.
Man, man, you know what, man? I feel pissed off, and I'm not even playing. I know what this week means. I've seen it too many times. I played them my 11-year career, and I know what these jokers are about. I know how they feel. I know how they feel about us. And the feeling's mutual. It really is. Feeling is absolutely mutual. So we understand there's going to be some nastiness go on Friday. So if you see a fight break up, if it breaks out, don't be surprised. Okay? And I'm telling you, now, Newt, I'm as cool as a cucumber, baby. All right? But I do get pissed off. You know what it is? It's fire under control is what that is. Okay, you got to do that because you can't play above out of your frame like that. But you do have to have a focus, a laser focus, and I know these guys are going to have it. I said the Raiders going to be pissed off because of Thanksgiving. Well, the Chiefs are pissed off because of what they did last week. They pissed off with that, Marcus. This past game against Carolina. They know it shouldn't even been close. They know that. You best believe, man, it's going to be some tumbles, some punches thrown. You might see somebody get ejected. I'm telling you. But look, and if it gets out of hand, which I'm thinking it will, you absolutely going to see somebody either get ejected or it's going to be a whole lot of flags flying around. Okay? We talking about Thanksgiving. We dealing with some turkeys, baby. We dealing with some turkeys out there. So
well, you also got to factor in the fact that we played them on Christmas last year, and they really rubbed it in. The Jack Jones intercept pick six, doing the peace sign at Mahomes. They stole Christmas. The Raiders stole Christmas from Kansas City last year and all our fan base. And then the season's over because of that win. Yeah, Antonio Pierce going on a podcast saying they cracked the code. They know how to beat the Chiefs. You beat them up. You get to them like the Pistons, the bad boys Pistons. That's how you beat them. And then we beat them a couple weeks back. But now we just kind of see the flip the switch. Now it's another holiday that we're playing on, the first ever Black Friday game or the second Black Friday game. And now we're going to play them on Black Friday, and we have a chance to take away from their Thanksgiving weekends or their holiday weekend. So it's I think you're right. I think the guys are going to be pissed off. Like you might see some unsportsmanlike flags after the plays.
Oh yeah, and I guarantee he's giving them the green light to do it. He said, "Look, hey, if you're getting ejected for something good and it's something passionate, then go ahead, get it done." These guys are coming in, man, try to win this game. And they believe that the Chiefs are wounded. They don't believe the Chiefs are that team. And they said, you know what? If Carolina took them to the last, it took Patrick Mahomes to do something heroic to win that game, we're going to win this one. We're going to go in and we're going to spoil their game again. That's what they feel like. So they're coming in. They was a Grinch last year. Who would they be? They could be the Great Pumpkin. I don't know, Charlie Brown. I don't know what it is. What's the villain on for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, there's not many like Thanksgiving like movies. They're like there's not many Thanksgiving movies anyway that have like a kind of a good guy bad guy situation, huh? I mean, there's planes, trains, and automobiles, but really there's no bad guy in that. Just the transportation system of the country. I don't know, but the Grinch. Well, Grinch has got to go. Chiefs are going to make Grinch grow a heart this year, and they're going to send him back to Whoville. Send the Raiders back to Whoville this year.
That's right. So We're ready. We're ready.
JD, you mentioned like just that they kind of see us, close to Carolina last week, and they kind of see like a wounded being right now. Yes, we're 10-1, but we show some vulnerabilities, and you think Antonio Pierce is going to exploit that. But I wanted to ask you. So Antonio Pierce had a press conference today, and mixed bag on Twitter. Some former players are saying, "Oh man, he lost the locker room." You say stuff like that. And I'm curious what you think about it, because you're very level-headed guy. You can see things, from how players might perceive it. So I'm curious to hear what your response is to it. It's only a 15-second clip. I'm going to play it here. I'm very curious to what you have to say, what Antonio Pierce said, especially heading into this game 2 days before the game. So this is Antonio Pierce today on playing the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's called spade to spade, right? The best team in football against the worst team in football. Let's change the narrative, right? Let's go out there and make it a dog fight. Let's make it ugly. Let's make it scrappy. It's Black Friday. Let's create a little chaos. Let's get back to Raider football and have some fun and some personality. Let it loose.
Do you see it as if you were a player and you heard your team say, or you heard your coach say that, Vermeil said that, what would you be thinking? What would you be thinking about that?
Well, Vermeil would never say that. And Antonio Pierce, the way he's saying it to the media, is something that he's totally doing different in the meetings. Believe me. Okay, so. Yeah, to the media, you see one face, right? And then the other face to the team is something totally different. And so, yeah, he'll say, hey, look, and he's probably saying, yeah, they think we're done. They think we're the worst team in football. But we're going to go and prove everybody wrong, especially on national TV, only game playing right there with the NFL, with the Chiefs and the Raiders. We're going to put a display on. That's what they're going to do. So we understand it. These are the games you play. That's it. I mean, like I said before, Antonio Pierce, there's nothing soft about him. All right. I know who Antonio Pierce is. And he's knowing, and he's telling everybody, we're taking them to task. We're going to go in there and we're going to beat the Chiefs. That's what he's been saying in the locker room. So he's making poking fun at the media and all the analysts and everybody out there who's sitting there saying that they're done and they're going to play for Shedeur Sanders and all those things, right? Yeah. Okay, sounds good. But like I said, Marcus, in the NFL, guys are just not built like that. Antonio Pierce is a product of hard-nosed football. That's who he is. He ain't backing up from nobody. So, yeah, hey, the media, oh, well, we're going to go in and we may win, or I don't know, and we might try to hold them to 14 points and maybe make it a good, man, he's spitting fire. He's spitting fire in the meetings. I promise you that's what's going on. So, he knows everybody's going to get that sound bite and they're going to play it. Right?
It's a great sound bite for sure. But yeah, at first I saw the quote. I didn't actually hear him, see him say it. Obviously, yeah, it's a little tongue-in-cheek there. You can tell he's obviously we're the bad team. They're the great team. It's called spade a spade. So I get that, and I don't think any player is going to see that as one of these. But it was interesting to see some players online say, oh, yeah, he's lost the locker room with a comment like that. It's like,
it would be like Andy Reid coming in and saying this week, like, yeah, man, we're 10-1 and almost got beat by Carolina Panthers. We're a joke. We're frauds, right? That's what everybody thinks we are. That's kind of in that same vein. You know what I mean? And if everybody took that serious, man, I don't think they really understand. So,
yeah,
they should know better. If former players say that, they should know better. They should know better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Raiders 2-9 right now. So, obviously, a team like that's always a difficult team to play. They have nothing to lose. Coming there, 2-9 already. The season's over. And I think if we win, and there's something that has to happen this week. So some other games have to happen, and they can be eliminated from contention this weekend with the loss. It pretty much eliminates them with a couple 5-6 more weeks to go. 5 more weeks to go.
This might be the breaking point for them to say maybe we could salvage somewhat of the season. Okay, let's build on things right now. And if we don't make the playoffs, we're going to spoil somebody else's fun. That's what's going to happen. And who's better than the Chiefs, right? Who better than to break the Chiefs up or make them look like, they're not the juggernaut that everybody know they are. So, hey, we're going to be ready. Ain't nobody falling for that. Nobody. If we know one game that the Chiefs and the Raiders going to have ready to play, it's against the Chiefs. Okay? Like I said, they can lose every game on their schedule. The Chiefs, that's the victory they need. So,
yeah, different. Different mentality when it comes to seeing red on the calendar for the Raiders. JD, obviously the big news for the week. Obviously, DJ Humphries. We saw him in today at his press conference, which sounded amazing. By the way, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to his presser at all, but he sounds like a pro's pro, which is great to have him in the locker room. But obviously, Omenihu and Pacheco coming back. They're on track to play Friday. Pacheco, it seems like it's going to be more of like he's not going to get the full load as some think, but he's not going to get the full load based on what Nagy said yesterday. Kind of work him in slowly with Kareem there. But then Omenihu, which we've talked about, you mentioned in your keys to victory, Karlaftis only 4 sacks this year. I mean, it's just no one's really like been that guy to kind of excel from Chris Jones's triple teams and double teams. But now Omenihu comes back. Now, what are realistic expectations for Omenihu and Pacheco this week for you?
Real expectations. I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll start with Pacheco first. I think Pacheco, we need to get him going. I'm saying that we need to carry the ball at least 25 times, at least 25 carries. Not just to Pacheco, but I'm saying between him and Kareem Hunt, at least 25 carries, right? So whether it be 15 with Kareem and 10 with Pacheco, that's a good mix. That's a good mix. And so we try to go ahead and get him acclimated back in. How do you feel? What does it look like? Okay. And Kareem, yeah. And Samjay's going to, he'll get a little look. He'll probably be in there more in the passing downs, maybe, pass protection and whatnot. So he'll be involved more in that, in the passing game, I think, Witchy, more so than the running game. They're going to hand the ball off to in Kareem Hunt and Pacheco. That's what they're going to do. And so that's what we're looking for on the offensive side of the ball with Pacheco and his contribution to the team. Now, on Omenihu, realistic expectations. I think he's going to be on fire. I think he's going to be ready to play. He's almost going to be so hyped up that they might have to calm him down. Because he's just going to try to get as much of a sample size as he possibly can. He's going to try to get in there as much as he possibly could get in. But I do believe his impact as far as like trying to ring pressure, I think he's ready. Matter of fact, I know he's ready. If he's been out there playing, and when I spoke to him, okay, he was just telling me how much he was just yearning to get back on the field and do what he's doing. And like you've seen on his tweet today, he was talking about how people had counted him out and, you're not going to be ready, not going to be the same guy. Do we need to, pay him, and is he worth the money, and all those different things. So I tell you what, man, he was pissed because, he was sitting there saying, man, yo, big fella, OG, I ain't never really been hurt in my life. I ain't never been hurt on the football field. It's the first injury. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Now I'm not the guy that everybody thought it was. If you look at my pressures last year, you seen what I was able to do. I said, man, I seen you. I know. And I was like this, man. You know who you are. I can see it in you. You know who you are. You ready. I said, when you come back, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a hero's welcome. That's what it's going to be. And I said, when you go out there, man, you go out there and you wreak havoc on everybody you in front of. He's like, yeah, true. So when we sitting there, and I'm talking about eye to eye with guys, and you sitting there, and and I tell you what, man, I played against some of the best. I've been and played with some of the best. He's got everything about him, man, of those guys. He does. And so he ain't out there to blink. He ain't out there just to buy his time. Charles Omenihu's out there, man, to come wreck shop. So expectation, sure, maybe 1.5 sacks, but I'm looking for him to get some pressure. He's trying to make a change in a pit impact immediately, Marcus. Immediately. So it's going to be good to have him back. It's going to help out, man, also too in the secondary when we need to go ahead and get some pressure on Aiden Nakano, right? So that's what I'm looking.
Do you think, based on because that was a couple weeks, that was like three weeks ago ish when you played the Buccaneers, when you saw him, was that do you think he was ready then? And do you think they've Because I'm curious about snap count wise. Do you think it's going to be what kind of snap count do you think he's going to be on? Do you think they waited this long because he to make sure when they brought him back he was ready to bring him back full on go, or is it still going to be like let's wait it out a little bit?
You're going to work him in, right? You can't give him just a full plate when he comes in. Okay, I think that would be foolish. But if he's sitting somewhere around 30% of the snaps, 40 somewhere around there, that you're trying to get him in and move him in, that's what you're going to do. You're going to check and see how he feels about it, right? How do you feel? What's good? And he's going to be like, yeah, I feel good. Sometimes like, okay, we got to just, tether you back a little bit. But he'll be on downs that we need for somebody to make a play. I guarantee you, he will be in there. He will be in there. So, I think we'll give him what he wants, but also too, when we need to hold him back, we will, and we expect his presence to boost everybody else up. Their play around him, okay? Because when you got somebody else in there, man, hungry like a dog, and you sitting over here and you look at these dogs around and looking for some meat and all of that, like wild dogs. Hey man, who's gonna be the big bad dog? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be that guy to come in and get all of that, right? I think Omenihu's gonna be in there, man. He's gonna make his way. He's gonna make his presence felt immediately, like I said before. So
it could come at a better time, man. Mike Brad, dying to see Omenihu's bend. Yeah, I obviously he's hungry and ready to go. I mean, you've followed his Twitter account all season long since this is the injury last year. You could tell he was dying to get back out there badly.
Yeah. Shoot. I'm sitting over saying, man, look, when we sitting over there, I'm telling you on the sideline, just talking, we had a great, conversation about 15 minutes, just talking about, how do you feel technique-wise? How do your hands, upper body, is it strong? What's all your workouts to get yourself back together? And, we had a good conversation about that. I told him before, how I had been hurt. And the hardest thing to do is just to watch from the sideline what's going on. That's a tough place to be. And so now we're going to turn him loose. So I'm excited. I think Omenihu's going to come out here, man, and make an impact. Like I said before, everybody's going to be happy with it. Everybody's going to be happy. And then when he comes off, go ahead and ice your knee down and get ready, and we'll get ready for the next week after that. But I see these two guys making that type of impact. Now, going to how Omenihu felt about the injury, I want to say something about Humphreys. Humphreys in his press conference was sitting there saying, man, when you think you are this guy and you might get something done during the off season and all of a sudden you get hurt and then the phone stops ringing and you feel disrespected. That's how you feel. Feel like a piece of meat, or that you're just something that they could just throw away. And like you said, and I felt that. When he said it, I was like, I know exactly how that feels. Oh, okay. Hey, man, good job. Appreciate you. Thank you. Right? And so you could see the joy on his face. You could see it. He signed with the Chiefs. He was like, hey, man, look, I don't need a selling point. I don't need D-hopping them guys to, sell me on to come to the Chiefs. His son was trying to tell him, he's like, man, this is where I want to be. Everybody wants to come here and come play. Who I seen the kid, the running back from Boise State was sitting there saying, like, look, if I come with the Chiefs, we're going to win Super Bowls after Super Bowls. Who don't want to come here and play? Who don't? Only people who don't quite understand or who don't want to win. So that's why it's hard for guys to leave, man. Dang, God, they like, oh, man, come on. You can't find no more money? You can't. No. This is the best organization in football.
Yeah, he said in that press conference, he said, like, as soon as he came in there, he said everyone was so like welcoming and open arms to him. And he said, especially for someone who's been on the same team for as long as he was, to come to a new team, he said everyone was just so. He said, yeah, all pros coming up to me. Everybody was coming up to me. He goes, it was really nice to see, like, to have that welcoming to the Chiefs.
Hey man, we said this. when you start winning and you go on to a winning team, you know, all the food tastes good. The flowers smell a little bit better. You know what I mean? It looks like there's a rainbow in the sky every other day, and it's happy and it's a little sunny, and you know the people are cheerful, and that's what you get with winning. So when you come in, it's like, hey, come on in. You know, you want, you know, we're gonna give you a nice little, you know, scarf and you know some coffee and enjoy yourself, kick your feet up, and it's a whole different atmosphere. It's a whole different atmosphere. But when you're sitting over and you're trying to fight for wins, you're just trying to make yourself happy. You try to manufacture something to get you up to play. It's just different. It's different. So, you know, you're sitting over there and, you know, you sip on your coffee. You know, is that mint? Yeah, we got mint here. Oh, okay. Delectable. Thank you. Oh, here, you want like a little treat right here? Oh, my, I'll take that too. So that's what he's getting. He's getting the royal treatment. Why? Because everybody at the Chiefs, man, is royalty. You've come into the kingdom, baby. So you here. You deserve to be here. So tasty. He's going to love it. He's going to love it. He already does. You see the smile on his face. It's like, man, he happy. I want to, and you can tell, 30, I want to be here. He wants to sign a long-term deal. You guess, I promise you. Matter of fact, he was sitting there saying that. This is the place he would like to be. So
we talked about the other day. We think, I mean, he's 30 years old, and if he shows he can stay healthy for these next few games and when we go to the playoffs, that's a guy that you could definitely, I mean, we had to yes, we drafted Kingsley. Yes, we had Wanye, but like, you know, the fact that it's been kind of up in the air, if he can just come in and just take the job, and, you know, the guy, he wasn't a Pro Bowler just not too long ago, and he's only 30 years old. Just to stay healthy, he could be that guy. And hopefully, you know, hopefully he shows something. When he talked today about how he's just going to go out there and do his thing. By the way, JD, one thing I love that just stood out to me, I know you and I, you know, go back as far as pro wrestling. I love the tape around the hands, man. Wanye doesn't do that. We don't really see that much anymore. Many players do that anymore. He's still the tape around his fingers. And so I love that. That's a different look. When you have tape like that, when you have a look like that, it's like that's a tough guy look, man. I love that.
Oh man, I heard when he clapped his hands, something sounded like cinder blocks. I'm like that yes. That's there he is. That's the guy. Likes to get grimy and dirty. Okay, right there when he's in the gridiron. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants to do. So when he's in the trenches, man, he gonna tune some suckers up. Yeah, that is that like the whole and look. Absolutely, road warrior.
Yeah.
So Mike Brennan said Kingsley and Morris keep improving. They can take over the right tackle spot if Humphreys locks down the left tackle spot.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Juwan Taylor is making a lot of money. I don't know. I think we can't get out of it next year. So at least maybe in 2 years' time, they can maybe get out of that if they see fit there.
We ain't gonna have that conversation right now, Marcus. Hey man, listen, let's just deal with one step at a time, baby. You know, Juwan Taylor may still be here. I don't mind that at all. So. No.
I don't mind either. I'm just saying for his right tackle spot, if Humphreys is locked down the left tackle spot. But we'll get to that at another point. We have Taylor here for at least 2 years based on his contract.
Yeah. Hey, the Joker just got here. You still got to see what he can do. So
he has a special half wide rules for Knuckles, old school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's tough SOB for sure. But yeah, just him saying, like, you know, I could bring a lot of like the veteran presence to some of the young guys there, like the Wanyes of the world. I thought that was great. And then also too, when he just said, "I'm going to do my job. It's up to Andy." It's not my job to make me the starter. It's up to Andy Heck for them to see me and put me in. He was like, "That's not my job to make that decision, but I'm just going to do my job, and hopefully they'll, pretty much see him as the guy."
You know, when you come into an organization, okay, they have expectations for you. One of the things that they look over and they do their homework on is what type of person you are. And this is why it was so hard for me to listen to hearing from somebody like the quarterback that was with Tannehill. Okay. I'm not here to make anybody's job easy and stuff like that. They doing their homework. If you got young guys, it's going to take over. Okay. They want to make sure that this competition, that you still helping your guys out, the guys behind you. You want to help your teammates out. You want to give them as much information as possible. Just in case you get hurt and something happens, you want to make sure that they're ready, okay? And so one of the most selfish things that a player couldn't do is sit there and look for their own teammates' demise, okay, or for him to fail. That's not who you want on your team, okay? And that just rang to me when I heard Tannehill say that about, "Oh, it's my job to get those guys ready." That's what showed me who a guy like that is. That's character. That's a character issue. It really is. So you want everybody to be well. Now, look, he beat you out fair and square in competition, so be it. That's just how the cards how they just fell, how they laid. But for you not to put and give a little bit of effort, some of your knowledge and information and wisdom to younger players is one of the most selfish things you could possibly do as a player. I'm sorry. That's my opinion on it. That's a lot of other guys' opinions on it too. And look, you can challenge them. I get that. There's nothing wrong with doing a challenge in competition. That breeds excellence. But also too, if you're not in there and not helping the guy out, you're not playing a team sport, man. This ain't your brother like it should be. Okay. Here in the Chiefs and the Kingdom, it's family, is what that is. Okay.
Especially as a quarterback, too. The whole Tannehill thing never made any sense. You're the leader of the team, dude. I mean, what are you doing? You're supposed to be the lead by example guy. Like anything a team does, you look to the quarterback first. And if your quarterback doesn't want to be the teacher, the vet guy for the younger guy, then why would your right tackle want to do that? Why would your linebacker want to do that? Well, why would anybody want to do that if my quarterback's not leading by example and doing that? So that whole thing never made any sense. It was very insecure and just rubbed me off the wrong way.
Starts with them. That's why when we was talking about trying to get DeAndre Hopkins here, we knew he had it about him. You know, when we spoke about it, when we were sitting over here and everybody was saying, well, at least some people were saying, well, he's not going to help the young guys out. I'm saying, y'all don't know who this guy is. We know he's going to help guys out. We know that. How do we know that? Because we had his coach on the show. They gave him high praise about his character and who D-Hop was. And all of us sitting there saying, man, we can't wait to get this guy here, man. We can't wait to get him here. So,
and that whole thing was so weird because there's never ever a story about that. There's just people just saying that. People just like making it up out of thin air. Like what? Based on what? Because he never said that. I don't want to be a mentor to anybody else. That was like a made up thing that people just said about DeAndre Hopkins, which has never made any sense to me. It was just people who were trying to be like right about their opinion. Oh, I don't want him here because look, he's not a good leader. We don't want that in our locker room. Yeah. Based on what he's made up out of thin air. I don't know.
And you need that. You need a wily vet, a guy that knows what they're doing, because it makes the coach's job a lot easier. We know that it's a culture, and so that's very important. Shout out to Larry Kirksey also for him coming on the show, who was D-Hop's coach, who was Jerry Rice's coach, who was Terrell Owens' coach. So Larry, if he's a product of Larry Kirksey, we know what he was going to get with D-Hop. We knew that. So Larry's
wide receiver maker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of the most humble guys, man, but one of the best coaches out there, period. So we're going to have to get him back out here, man. He said he enjoyed the show. He said he would. He said, JD, man, give me a call. Give me a call. I said, man, yeah, absolutely, I will.
Yeah, it was fantastic. He was a breath of fresh air. Yeah, definitely love to get him back on, especially now we have D-Hop on. I'd love to see what he's seeing from D-Hop right now, and maybe if he's even heard from D-Hop, he can give us some more insight on it. But yeah. D-Hop's out there recruiting guys to come to Kansas City, so obviously D-Hop's liking where he's at. And I also heard another thing the other day, like then again, people making stuff out of thin air. The fact that D-Hop's not getting a lot of playing time because they don't want to convey an earlier pick. Because we give a fourth round pick if he plays 60% or more snaps, and we win a Super Bowl, or we get to the Super Bowl, and we were like, oh, I'm sure that's going to rub D-Hop the wrong way that he's not getting 60% of snaps. Like, as long as we're winning, as long as he's having a good time, I don't think he cares, and I think he'll stick around in Kansas City because he's been on the other side. He got the bad grade. He played for Tennessee. He played for some really crappy teams. I think he's okay to be in a winning organization.
Yes, yeah. D-Hop's the first ballot Hall of Fame ballot. He should be first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. So he's got everything, man. But the Super Bowl's been eluding him, but he can get that here. And you can just tell just by his disposition how the rapport he has with Patrick and Andy. He's at the right place, man. We're gonna get this thing done. Believe me, it's all said and done. We're gonna get this thing done. So,
yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, he came here for the ring. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the final things. He's put a stamp on an already a Hall of Fame career with coming to Kansas City again this spring.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our next topic, we're gonna get to the betting portion of things, and then we're gonna do our predictions from there after we look at all the plays that Teja and I have. I don't know if Teja's ready or not in the green room, but yeah. Okay, I think he's ready. He's ready to go. You ready to go to the betting portion, JD?
Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I was telling people before you hopped on, JD, we're getting a bang for their buck tonight with the show. They got giveaways. They got keys to victory. They got a little Raiders preview, and then now we got the betting show. It's amazing.
Incredible, man. Incredible. I'm glad people. Hey, thank you all for sticking around and hanging out with us too. Y'all can be here with your family. Hope you're telling your families all about us. This is a good time. Hey,
What's up?
What up, brother? What's going on with you? You doing all right?
Doing all right, man. Just being a busy bee, working away.
Yeah.
Staying busy, staying occupied. You know me.
Yeah.
Teja make it home for Thanksgiving this year, so we will have a Thanksgiving list. We'll have a Teja list Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, it's all right. Little guy, little doggy, little puppy had surgery, so he couldn't fly.
Oh,
yeah.
Hope he gets better, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's getting there. He just can't. The whole flying thing just adds a whole other element to it.
Oh yeah.
Which you all don't forget, we started the Hunger Games. Yeah, we did. Yep. At the beginning of the show, I shared the Darren Smith, his videos of talking to all the players about the food and whatnot. It's getting me hungry. It was getting everybody else in the chat hungry, and everyone's telling us what they were having for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So yeah, the food talk is getting my stomach grumbling, JD.
Oh, me too, man. So I'm gonna get me a nice little meal after I get finished off of here. I hadn't had anything yet, but I'm gonna start my cooking too. So
that's a good thought. See, everyone talks about what you have on Thanksgiving. What do you have the night before Thanksgiving, though?
You order out. You get something. You get some pizza or something.
Nah, yeah, I saw JD's face doing that. JD's face. The only thing I've seen worse than that is when I brought up the ballpark hot dogs at the Atlanta game.
Oh Lord, yeah. Should never have it. Hey, listen, if you're over 30, you should never have a ballpark hot dog. Ever.
Oh, come on.
I mean, maybe once in a while. I know it.
Come on, man.
Well,
first off, I mean, how often are people going to the ballpark? Once you have
I hear you. No, I got it.
If you're going every game every 3 months, get a hot dog. Come on.
Okay, only at ballparks. Okay, I don't see somebody eating a hot dog if you're over 35. Okay,
I don't know, man. Well, I guess
unless you have to, unless you just have to, and you just
well, okay. It's 2024. They make some pretty high quality hot dogs now and sausages.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's not all garbage now. You could get the garbage. It's cheap.
Yeah.
You pay up for the good stuff, obviously, but they do make higher quality sausages and hot dogs you can get. There's a place you can go to. Store bought, but there's a place you can go to. Marcus went there. They had they make duck and bacon sausage.
Oh,
come on now.
Okay, all right.
They make really cool mixture sausages there. But that's a legit
yes,
it's a legit place.
Now we're talking about a broad or something like now. That's more high class up now. If you're doing brats all day, go ahead. Throw some sauerkraut, relish, mustard, whatever you want to do.
Oh, you're saying just the skinny hot dog links, no good.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? I'd be like, hey man, come on. What
are you doing?
Yeah. I'm like, there's a spot down the street we could go get one. You know what I mean? There's somewhere we could go get something better.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, we're on the same. I thought you meant like any like long meat inside bread. Don't do it. I was like, all right, wait, hold on a second now. Okay.
No. I'm not saying that. You know, but you just throwing on like a little wiener, Oscar Mayer stuff, and it's just like.
Do you do? We may have talked about this then. Do you do burgers?
I don't do as much red meat, but I do like a good burger. I have a burger every once in a while. Okay. But I like a high quality burger.
What about like buffalo or ostrich or
absolutely. Yes.
Buffalo.
Yes. Yeah.
And buffalo cooked right, you can't really tell it's not ground beef burger either.
Yeah. No, I like buffalo. I do. I used to have buffalo here delivered to the house, but now you can kind of go get it to different places, man. But I do like the taste of buffalo. Do y'all like I know we kind of talking. Y'all like gamey stuff? Like here in Kentucky, I do like venison, summer sausage, elk. I love elk.
I can taste it right away though.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah, well, you're like, that's why I like it. I like the taste. but see, when I'm eating like a burger and I substitute it, I'm going for like the most like imitation ground beef I can get. Like, lie to me and tell me it's ground beef and I can't call you a liar. That's what I want. I want you to not. I want to not be able to. But yes, I do. There are occasions where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna. When I try something with just an open mind of being like, all right, let's see how this tastes. I'm okay with it. But when I'm like, give me a burger, but let's change the meat up, but don't change the taste. That's when I'm like, I'm thrown off. But see, in buffalo, I can't taste the difference really for the most part.
Right. No, it's a nice buffalo burger or bison.
Yes.
Yeah. Kermit the Goat. Come on, JD. Boiled cheap hot dogs and some square bread. We got to remember where it came from. I do. So I'm trying to leave it away. I'm trying to leave it there. It's like a doctor. Hey, it's a whole like, what are you doing? Like, hey, man. Like we've upgraded to different stuff now. Okay.
That's what Sasha said. Sasha says nothing says I gave up like a hot dog for dinner.
Yeah, like you know what? Good corn dog.
That's fun once in a while. Yeah.
I can't do corn dogs either.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. I mean, I know that.
Yeah,
it's the same thing we just talked about, but on a stick, and it's
exactly.
And a sheet of corn mixture around it.
Right.
Sasha,
moose meat is better than buffalo.
I've never had moose meat.
I've never had moose. I don't think I have had moose meat.
Here in Kentucky, it's season. I expect to get whatever my buddies can't fit in their freezer. Oh, like deer hunting season?
Yes. I think it just finished up last week. My boy, he's a hunter. He was telling me because he was going to give me some of the venison. I was like, oh, okay. Because, I don't really do red meat, but I'll have certain things like that. It's kind of, high caliber. It's supposed to be like one of the healthiest things, because obviously you're not really, they're doing all, grass and stuff, good stuff that they're eating. So.
Okay, so Witchy Hall lived in Alaska, so that's where she got the moose meat. Okay, that makes sense. We're pretty prevalent up there.
We've had I had the Hungarian gray, which is this giant like white cattle they have over there, and they're massive. You need to look it up.
Hungarian gray.
Hungarian gray.
Huh.
They're a Hungarian breed of cows. They're just like their horns are a lot bigger. They're just
How was it?
It was. I mean, it wasn't like that much different. It was like a stew. But it wasn't crazy. The stew was good. So that's the thing. If you have good food,
Yeah.
That's the thing with beef for the most part. If you're just like ground beef or anything like that, that's why you need the burger. That's why a burger is it's not like you love the meat so much itself, right? Because look all the crap you have inside of that. Like you have tons of lettuce, mustard, mayo, all this other stuff. It's like you hardly even taste the actual meat after a while. And I like spicy food, so I that's even less of a reason to taste. So, it was, I remember it being okay.
Okay.
Are you having? Do you have turkey for Thanksgiving, JD, or do you do do you do another meat?
No, I do turkey. I do turkey. Chicken. we're gonna do. So I'm gonna smoke some chicken legs and some turkey legs. Also, but
little
that
turducken over there,
huh?
Little turducken over there.
Turducken, yeah. So that's that's something new to me too. I seen there was a place that had like some turducken, and I don't think I've ever had it before.
Neither have I. Yeah, I mean, I've had them all separately, but not in the same herd.
Yeah.
Good Wagyu cattle farm here, all grass fed and reasonable.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what I'm feeding the fam for red meat.
Yeah, Wagyu's legit. Love me some Wagyu.
Yeah. If I fall off the wagon as far as eating red meat, I'm gonna go Wagyu or something. Some quality. Got to.
Yeah. That's when you go like an occasion. You go to like a Fogo de Chao or like a Brazilian steakhouse, or you go to one of like the hibachi grills, get like a Wagyu, get the Japanese steakhouse going on that thing. The smoke's on your face. You leave stinking like cooked meat. I mean, you're gonna fall off. You fall off hard. You have to you gotta wash those clothes immediately, or else they will have that smell on them for a long time. So I fall off.
You can't half-ass it. You gotta go all in.
No, it's equivalent of, like falling in mud, but like just all like meat smoke.
Yeah, meat smoke. Yeah. Also, the turkey tacos are pretty good too.
What's that?
The ground turkey or
ground turkey tacos?
Okay. Yeah. I like ground turkey tacos.
Yeah.
Sasha, I'm going to check that out. Good Wagyu Farm in Frankfurt, JD. If you ever need it, send it to me. I'd like to find out. I'll put it in the freezer.
There you go. How far? Where's Frankfurt from where you were at?
35 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, love the Susan calls it out right here. Dang, we are going to be hungry after the show. I'm starving right now. I've been starving all show since we started off with the Darren Smith's his segments, man. Woo. Hear all these guys talk about mac and cheese and all the stuff they're eating tomorrow. Like, okay, wow. All right, so now we're gonna get to the bets. So Mike Brens is mentioned a couple times in the chat, dog in my week last week. So I will remember that, Mike, that when I'm going hard next week, or this week, hopefully. But yep, I went over 5 last week. Did not hit a single thing. Yeah, really bad. And Teja, on the other hand, went 4 for 5 last week. Didn't get the first full 5 for 5, but still 4 for 5, where I hit nothing. I was so wrong about how I thought we were going to use Pacheco.
You were really wrong.
Yeah, I thought that my idea of what the game script was going to be was totally all out of whack. Yeah, I mean, not much I could say to defend myself.
Let me guess. You're going to double down with another blowout.
No.
38-10 again.
No, I've learned from my mistakes this week.
Hey, this is Raider week, Marcus. Redeem yourself. This is the week to do it, okay?
Yep.
You ought to be pissed off, too. You're another guy that's going to be pissed off, okay, for this week. So
I think if I'm not correct, I think this is the week I won. It was a long time ago, but I think this is the week I won when I went 5 for 5. I think it was the Raider week.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We're going for a repeat if it is true. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, Teja dominated last week, and I can admit when I lose. Teja beat me. The older brother wins. That's okay.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. But all right, so we're gonna go to Teja's bets for week 13.
Let's do it. Okay, so we'll start with Bowers, 51 receiving yards. 10 targets a game over the last 7 weeks, and he had 58 against the Chiefs last time we played. I think they lean on him here, and they try to get creative getting the ball. I think he had one of his down weeks last week, actually, so I think they're going to work extra hard to get him involved because they really have no choice. Worthy, 35 yards receiving. 2 games in a row, 5 targets. 2 games in a row, 4 catches, and at least 46 yards. I'm going with the Chiefs trend, making an effort to get him some non-deep ball targets. I like what I'm seeing. I think they can keep doing that. I'm going to keep building off that. Why would they revert back to what they were doing before? I think he needs about 3 catches to get 35 yards. I think he can do that. Mahomes, 2 passing touchdowns. So he's averaging 2 touchdowns a game in his last 5, and that started versus the Raiders. So I think he continues that trend. Mahomes makes his way to at least tying his career low in a season of 26 passing touchdowns. He still needs to work a little extra hard to get there. I think he tries to have some of that Kermit revenge and play a cleaner game this time against the Raiders with no INTs. I think he has a 2-0 ratio. KC win the first half and game. So I've usually been the one in these betting shows to say Chiefs are not going to blow teams out pretty much week in, week out. I think we're going to keep it closer than we want to keep it. I think we win this game. I think we tie our largest margin of victory this season at 13. I think which is the Saints, I believe. I think we control most of the game enough to feel confident going first half victory, game victory. Kelsey, 6 receptions. So it's probably the one when I was doing this I felt a little more uneasy about, but I like the trend. So since Rashee Rice has been out, Kelsey has hit this mark in 6 out of games this season. He's had at least so against the Raiders, he's had at least 6 catches in 7 out of his last 9 games, dating back to 2020. Mahomes likes Kelsey a lot. I like this pattern a lot. I'm going Kelsey 6 catches or more.
Okay. Very interesting. So the Bowers 51 plus receiving yards. I agree with you. This is going to be the matchup. I think they're going to try to exploit our safeties and whoever's on him. They're going to throw the ball to him. I would. Look, he's a great player. He'll definitely have 51 yards against us. And the thing is, they didn't even get the ball to him that much last time we played.
No.
So, yeah. So I think they're like, hey, man, we're going to change that up. So I do like that one. Worthy, 35 plus receiving yards. I think what he's just shown over the past couple of weeks, he's become like one of the priorities for the Chiefs to get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. Worthy is that guy. And so I think he'll definitely get 35 plus receiving yards. It's pretty easy. Patrick threw some strikes to him, man, last week, and it looked very good. And so he was able to, come up, get out of the break. That I think continues for sure. Mahomes 2+ passing touchdowns. Absolutely. I'm with that bet all day. I do like that. He's been incredible in the red zone. I think we've been trying to somewhat, when you got a D-hop, let me go there. You got a D-hop. That's almost like a guaranteed touchdown that, in itself. Okay, he's got the best hands on the team. You're just going to give him a shot, going to throw a ball up to him. Noah Gray has been phenomenal. He's had 2 touchdowns the last 2 games receiving. Continue. So if we get one to Noah Gray and then Travis Kelsey, I love it. So, yeah, I think that's an easy bet right there. KC wins first half and game. Absolutely. I think when we come out here, man, we're just going to hit these jokers in the mouth immediately. The stadium's going to be rocking, and we understand what this is all about. And so go ahead and put your shoes on the neck of the Raiders. I think we go ahead and make that decisive. Kelsey 6+ catches. Okay. And I hear what you're saying, Teja. That is, considering the last game, 10 guys caught the football. 10. And we've seen, because D-Hop, Juju, Worthy's getting more involved. 6 catches for Travis Kelsey. It's not impossible. I think, he's still in that realm of like 5 to 6 that, every game that he should be getting, every single game. And I do believe for a game like this, I do like it. 6+ catches. I know Noah Gray's, he's going to probably get a couple of those things in there. But Travis coming in, spots and stuff like that, 6 catches, definitely. So
I almost took Kelsey touchdown instead.
Oh.
I was very close to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's only scored twice this season, and I think one of those is against the Raiders.
Well, Mahomes and Kelsey can break all-time Chief records this weekend. Mahomes is tied with Len Dawson for all-time passing touchdowns. If he scores a touchdown, he breaks that. And then Kelsey's tied with Gonzalez. If he scores a touchdown this weekend, he breaks that. So that'd be pretty cool if they could have a touchdown together in this game.
They want to do that in this kind of game.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Against the Raiders? Absolutely.
Not only the Raiders, just like the showcase only game on Friday, Black Friday.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That'd be a perfect scenario to do it, man. Perfect environment. at home and in front of everybody, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'd have been awesome. That'd have been an awesome one right there.
Yeah. It's sad that TG's not gonna be the record holder anymore. But I mean, his stats, or Teja and I were talking about the other day, TG's numbers were unreal.
Those are his total catches, right?
Oh yeah.
Was it total catches?
Yeah, I think so. No, it was
yards, wasn't it?
It was yards. It was yards. Yeah, which is insane.
Like we'll probably never see anything like that again. Because you would think if a guy was going to break that record, it would be like a Kelsey type. But Kelsey's not going to touch it.
Another 2 years for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. No, I think he's like 4,000 away, isn't he?
Is that many?
Is he like? I think Gonzalez in the 15s.
Yeah, 15s. I think. Yeah, I'm not
and I think Kelsey's in the 11s, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You looking at Dunn, Marcus?
Yeah. Gonzalez 15,127. And also to think, like, I'm not knocking Trent Green, but like the amount of quarterbacks he had in his career, whereas Kelsey really had Mahomes' entire career. 11,897 yards for Kelsey.
That's no joke, man. That's like at his current rate, that's like 5 or 6 more seasons, dude. That's a lot. That's like
TG doesn't get talked about enough. I know everyone wants to say Gronk was the best tight end, but like what TG did, I mean, we're talking about Kelsey probably not be able to catch what TG did as far as yards wise, unless he plays for another 5 years. But like Gonzalez is still like as much as he's talked about, I still think he's underrated, man.
To me, it's just so ridiculous, man. Seriously, I don't even understand it. Look, I watched Gronk. And Gronk did a hell of a job. He's a hell of a tight end. He is. But Tony could block.
Mm-hmm.
He can block, catch, and I'm telling you, he catch football like no other. Gronk couldn't catch football like Tony.
Tony like sucked him in. It was like he had suctions that like the magnet, like it like drew the ball in the way he just hauled it in.
Pillow hands, man. Pillow hands. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah, it's like he had 2 mitts just like catching, like a giant mitt catching a football.
I don't see.
It's insane.
There's no other tight end that can catch football like Tony.
Pillow hands. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. So I just I think it's so crazy when they start talking about Gronk and everybody else. So what are you talking about? Look who has all the records. Like, how y'all just keep throwing shade to Tony, man? It's wild to me, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But yeah, it's amazing for the accolades that he has. It's like people just don't. And I don't know, maybe is it recency bias? And also,
of course it is. It's the rings too, man. It's the winning.
The rings, yeah. And also, too, he had Brady his entire career. I mean, I love Trent Green, but like Tony had 100 quarterbacks that he caught passes from. It wasn't just one guy his entire career. You know, it was Green, it was Thigpen who loved Tony. We've talked about before, a friend of the show. But like everybody, I mean, he had everybody throwing to him. Taman Hewer, Brady Croyle. I mean, like go down the names.
One thing that doesn't affect or impact pass catchers or running backs like it does quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are judged on what stage they've done it in, more so than other positions are. Like, you never hear someone saying, oh, man, but he ran for 100 yards in a playoff game or a lot of playoff games, or he ran for 100 yards in a Super Bowl. Like, you don't hear that as much. Or if the team loses in the Super Bowl, no one's going to say, like, T.O. couldn't win the big one. Like, no, I feel like that doesn't get held against skill position players as it does quarterbacks. Like, that dings a quarterback losing those. It's like a ding in someone's credit. But like skill positions, it doesn't really matter. So that's one reason why I don't think Gronk's resume as far as wins and rings should really be like a one-up against Tony at all. I don't think that should even matter. Like a pass catcher is just like, I just dominated you week in, week out, right? Because wins and rings, that's why it does go on the quarterback. Because that's a big factor in how much you do win and how far you go.
You like you're saying, you get the benefit of the doubt if you have the wins for people to be considered like that. And Tony, man, was dominant he was getting double and triple teamed at times. And you still couldn't stop him. And I get, like you said, hey, Gronk winning all up there in New England. Oh man, Gronk's the best. Hey man, y'all need to put on some film. What y'all need to do and check out TG. Al Saunders was sitting there saying that what's the name of them? Winslow, Kevin Winslow was his favorite. You know, he thought he was the most dominant. But
junior or senior? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to see your face.
I was like, hey.
You're like, dude, come on now.
Yeah. The ones that's not in jail, I don't even know if he's in jail. I don't want to say that. I'm going to leave it alone. It's Thanksgiving. I'm going to be nice.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is anymore. But he's a life soldier.
Gronk's 6,000 yards less than
you remember that clip?
Yeah. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. I said, really? I'm saying like
yeah, Gronk's 9,300 yards, 9,300. Like Tony almost doubles his.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild. All right, so you had a question about your bet from Mike Teja.
Teja, 61. Yeah, I saw that.
Would you take that?
I would still take that. That's like right around where I stopped. I think he gets like 61 to 63 yards. I think he gets like 5 for 63.
Yeah. All right, so that's 25 to win 240. Teja and I do not really cross over here.
No,
kind of with the Mahomes one. Okay, so so my first one I have Mahomes 3 passing touchdowns. Looking at the trends here, I'm going with trends. The last 4 games, Mahomes has surpassed or has had 3+ touchdowns the last 3 of the last 4 games. The Raiders of their last 3 games, and you'll see the trends. Their last 3 games, 2 of the last 3 quarterbacks have had 3+ touchdowns. Joe Burrow and Tua had 3 touchdowns against them. So that's 2 of the last 3 for the Raiders and 3 of the last 4 for Mahomes. So we're starting to see a surge from Pat. We're starting to see old Pat come through here in these last few weeks. The next one's Kelsey, 60+ receiving yards. 4 out of the last 5 games for Travis Kelce, he has surpassed 60+ receiving yards. Last time he played the Raiders, he had 10 for 90 in that game. And just looking at career-wise against the Raiders, Kelce has surpassed the 60 receiving yards 12 of 21 games against the Raiders. Just more of a history lesson there with that one. But, yeah, look at the trends. 4 of the last 5, he surpassed the 60 receiving yards. And also, too, going back to the 2 of the last 3 games for the Raiders, if you look at the tight ends they've gone against, Jonnu, 6 for 101, 2 touchdowns against the Raiders. And then Gesicki, 5 for 100 and 2 touchdowns. So that's 4 touchdowns between 2 tight ends who aren't on Travis Kelce's level. So really it does go back to if you do want to do a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown on top of the record breaking that he could do this weekend with Tony's all-time receiving touchdowns. I mean, this is a team that's given up 4 touchdowns to Jonnu Smith and Gesicki over the last 2 of the last 3 games. So you could do that, but yeah, I'll say the 60 receiving yards. The Gesicki had 100 and Jonnu had 101. I could see Kelce having more than 60 yards, but yeah, 60, that's a nice safe floor here. The next one, DeAndre Hopkins, over 3.5 catches. DeAndre, 3 of the last 4 games, he's had over 3.5 catches. And just looking at the last 3 games of the Raiders, so I keep going back to the trends. I'm just looking at the trends. The wide receiver one for the last 3 teams the Raiders have played have all had over 3.5 catches. Sutton had 8 catches last week. Tyreek Hill had 7 catches the week prior, and Jamar Chase had 7 the week prior. So, I mean, the wide receiver ones and tight ends are dominating the Raiders. So, over 3.5 catches, I think that's a lock. Again, 40 receiving yards for DeAndre Hopkins. Looking at the last 3 games for the opposing team's wide receiver ones, Sutton 80 yards, Tyreek Hill 60 yards, and Jamar Chase 43 yards. I think Hopkins will get over 3.5 catches, and I think with that you'll have him get over 40 yards receiving. I think those are pretty good ones. I think we're gonna have a big game from Patrick Mahomes this week, especially after what happened last holiday season when the Raiders came in and stole Christmas from us. And then the final one, Chiefs over 26.5 points. Looking at the last 7 games for the Raiders, 6 of the 7 opponents have scored over 26 points. 6 of their last 7 opponents have had over 26 and a half points. And then the Chiefs, look at their last 6 games, 4 out of the last 6 over 26 and a half points. So I think the Chiefs here over 26 and a half, I think we'll score 28 this week. I think it's a 28-14 kind of game. Yeah, so that's where I have it. That's 25 to win 325 this week.
Okay. So the Mahomes 3+ passing touchdowns. That's a lot. I do like the 2. The 3 is a little scary. Just for the simple fact, it's a team that knows us. Having the 2 backs in the backfield, I would want us running that daggone football down their throat. This is why I was saying having 25+ at least rushes, and I would love to get Pacheco into the end zone. McCream Hunt both. That'd be a spectacular thing. So it's not bad. Okay, I'm just on the fence with that one, Marcus. On the fence with it. Kelsey 60+ receiving yards. Kind of like that. Got a little question mark behind it too. For the simple fact that we had 10 guys catch the ball last time with this, and then we try to get D-Hop the football. Xavier Worthy has been somebody that we've been, targeting also too. So I don't know if we necessarily need to get, 60+ receiving yards. Possibly. What we've been seeing is the quick little dink and dunk. Travis hadn't really getting a whole lot of yak yards after that. But it's not impossible. I think it is doable. I think somebody said it's doable for sure. D-Hop over 3.5 catches. I think D-Hop is going to have over 3.5 for sure. So I do like that one. And if he doesn't have over 3.5 catches, then we're doing something wrong. We need to start feeding him the football a little bit more than what we've been doing. Hopkins 40+ receiving yards. I do like that one. Same thing. We need to get some deep outs, maybe some comebacks, throwing back shoulder throws to D-Hop. I think we're still trying to work on that relationship and that connection. And so this is a good one to do it with. But I do like that one. Chiefs over 26.5 points. I do like that as well. As far as my point score, I have them over 26 points this game. So I do like that. And that is to win $25 to win $325. Okay. So, which way am I going with this? So when I'm looking at both of these, Tejas and the Bowers, I like Bowers and the Worthy. I think we get him, acclimated. Mahomes 2+ passing yards. I do like it. I think it's a better bet than the 3+ passing touchdowns. KC wins the game first half. Obviously in the game. Kelsey 6+ catches is the one I have a little question about. Same thing. I'm just going in. Worthy, D-Hop. We don't get them football. Juju may get him. Put into the game and McCole Hardman. So we got a lot of guys going around, a lot of mouths to feed. And I think we're going to try to do that, which might open up Kelsey. We'll just have to see. That's the only one I see. Other than that, Marcus's Mahomes 3+ touchdown, I think that's the one I'm like, sometime about Kelsey 6+ receiving yards. We'll see that too. D-Hop 3-point catches like that. Hopkins 40 Chiefs over. This week, bet-wise, the ones I had the least questions about, would have to be Teja's. There's going to have to be Teja's, all right? But I do like your bets, Marcus. I think this is if we have a strong outing this game, all of these should hit. So it's going to be interesting that the question I have about both of y'all's bets is Kelsey's. His what he's going to do for this game.
Yeah, they didn't list any carries or rushing props for me yet. So
okay,
but the thing is, scary. I want to take that, but at the same time, I'm scared. I don't know what their plan is for Pacheco playing time, what that'll mean for Hunt's playing time, and how they're going to divvy up the carries to catch ratio for them. Like who do they want to be more of the pass catcher between the two?
Yeah.
I think they both get around 10 to 12 carries.
I do too. No question about it. And Pacheco, and I would say it. I said the ratio I'm looking at is like at least 25 carries a bet, right? I still think you still give the lion's share to Kareem Hunt. Pacheco, first game back, let him get acclimated. Let's see what he can do. Somewhere around close to 10, somewhere around to that. See how he does. How does he feel? And then kind of move from that point on. Now, obviously, like we said, if either one of those guys are eating and they've got a good feel, what I'm saying, they in a nice rhythm and tempo, man, let them eat. Let them eat. So
how have the reps looked in practice? Do we know?
I don't think so.
Damn.
I don't think so. And it's hard to really tell, how the reps, like even in practice, you might just want to see a guy, on certain things, certain plays, but it's true. It might not indicate, for the game. Do.
Yeah, I just I have both in a couple of fantasy leagues. So I also want to know which one I should start. I should stay away from both of them. That sucks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, actually, who do you think? I mean, so you think Hunt gets the majority of the carry, so you think he's going to have a better game then?
I do. Well,
you start Hunt.
So, okay. Yes, I would start Hunt. I think he'll get he'll get more carries. Now, Pacheco is coming back. If that leg is if it's healed up, he feels pretty good.
He's fresh.
Yeah. And he'll break out. He'll hit a 20 or 30 yarder. Kareem Hunt.
Will he do that? Will he hit a 20 or 30 yarder? No.
I'm hoping.
He's going to hit like a 12 to 14 yarder, you mean. And that's Pacheco's version of 30 to 40 right there.
Yeah. But Kareem, that's what I'm saying. So for him, we haven't really seen him in the secondary too much running, but he has gotten a couple of them. He's more of that bruiser. We know if we need 3 or 4 yards, and he'll turn his back and get that for us. If we need a first down, hand the ball to Kareem Hunt. So that's what it would be.
Yeah. And Hunt does have the highest touchdown percentage or odds in the game. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. They don't have any running backs listed. They only have Mahomes listed for this game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. And Mike Brennan and I think G-Pick both agreed that they don't think Kelsey's gonna have a big game this week.
I mean, is 6 catches for like 60 yards?
That's really
It's a pretty good game. It's not like a huge game or anything.
Mm-mm.
I just like the way Jonnu Smith and Gesicki went off against them. I just feel like Kelsey should be able to go off against them. They obviously have some kind of thing that teams are targeting.
Yeah, but 6 for 65 is not go off anyway.
No, I know. I'm saying because those guys had like big games like that. I think like 60 I think 60 is not too much to ask for, right?
No, I don't think so.
It's not. I think.
Look. Well, what do we expect? What's Mahomes' let me see. What's Mahomes' completion over under? Let's see. Over under. Of course, going slow. Awesome. Sucks. Passing completions, Mahomes
23.5.
25. Oh, really? I have 24.5. So 24. Let's just say 24. Split the difference. 24. I mean, what are we saying here? We're going to say no gray 2. We're going to say worthy like 3, 4. Let's just say 4. Fine. So 6.
Mm-hmm.
T-Hop 4. 10.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Juju, 2. 12.
Maybe 2. Yeah.
Hardman 1. 13.
Mm-hmm.
We got 11 left over right now. Who am I forgetting?
Justin Watson, he'll get 1.
Let's say Justin Watson 1.
Yeah.
14.
Did you include any of the backs?
No, yeah. I was saving backs.
Yeah, then the backs, you had to think maybe, a couple of
14.
Yeah. So, it all depends how it shakes out. I think, to be honest with you, I think Worthy he's going to be somewhere around about 5.
You got him at 5, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Worthy. I see the trend, what we're looking for with him. And if you got older guys, older players, if you got somebody like that's been dealing with a hamstring, like Juju, you got to make sure that the kid can handle a good volume of balls thrown his way, right? And so this is the time to utilize that, to see exactly what he can do. So feed him, because they think he's such a sleeper. Yeah, this offense, no doubt. Because we hand the ball off to him, run a couple of reverses and stuff, but now push the ball down the field. Okay, and I'm talking about not the deep passes, intermediate passes, things like that, shallow crosses, corner routes, just hitting in the hole. I think that you want to build on those things. He looked good last week.
They have his line set at over 2.5 catches this week. So 2.5 is what his number is this week.
Who, Worthy?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I'll take
They
that.
also think this final score is going to be around 27-13. And if that's the case, I mean, yeah, I think Pacheco and Hunt will have at least 10 to 12 carries each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to just keep throwing the ball when we're just going to try to get out of there with a win, short week, Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And Kelsey, good, those little like dink and dunks, 5 yards,
Exactly.
8 and 7.
Yeah.
They'll add up, man. They'll add up. And before you know it, that sucker he'll have 5 first half or something. You're like, dang,
I know.
I know. Yeah, everyone's excited about Hollywood Brown's video that came out of him cashing he was kneeling down, cashing balls in the jugs machine. I don't know if you guys caught that. Christmas Day, baby, we're gonna have him back.
Okay, I'm practicing one-hand catches, huh?
What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
I mean, you got guys like Quentin Johnson who can't catch the ball with 2 hands, but guys are that's part of the problem. Everyone's trying to catch jug machines with 1 hand. Why don't you practice
the one
catching with 2 hands?
The one hand catch is a concentration thing, and it's a very common receiver drill.
Yes, you have to. Yeah,
I'm sure it is, but learn to walk before you learn to dunk. You got receivers that can't catch a crosser with 2 hands.
Yeah, but Hollywood, we know he can catch with both hands, but what you just try to do is, like you said, it's the concentration on the football, just catching it and squeezing it. I mean, everybody catches it with 1 hand.
No.
And it's just, you just got to get used to it, just in case that 1 hand catch needs to come up, or, you want to be ready, right? That's like the low catches, low balls, high balls over your head at your shoelaces, all those things.
No, I know they do. I just think, especially that I saw that right after the Quentin Johnson blunder highlights of continuing not being able to catch with 2 hands. It's like,
yeah, he had a bad one, man. He had a bad one.
All right, guys.
Because it's interesting. Like, what percentage of catches come with 1 hand? Like single digits? It just seems like a weird thing to practice. That like something you're going to do with like 7% of your career, 5% of your career.
But we see guys catching with 1 hand all the time, though.
Is it all the time? Like
all the time. Every week you'll see somebody on offense on one team. Somebody will catch it with 1 hand. Tight ends, wide receivers, running back. Like you had to practice it. You got to get ready. Like you got to catch the ball behind you. Like the judge machine. Like you be in front of you. You got to twist your body to catch it.
I like that. See, that's and if you look at Johnson's, one of his drops, it was turning his body to catch the ball. He didn't do it. So, like, yeah, I'm cool with those. Those are more common game situation for me than like being on like 1 leg, standing with your hand on your head, catching a ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like playing Twister and trying to catch 1-hand balls while you're playing Twister. It's like it's fun, but like, how often are you in that situation? But catching the ball with 1 hand like that 3 times a year, rather than
more than you think. Believe me. Because when you're fighting, okay, think about it like this, Tej. You're fighting against a DB, right, to get open, and you can't get that other arm free, all right? You have to make sure you follow the ball with 1 hand in, like and wide receiver coaches. I did it when I was coaching wide receivers too. But Charlie Jordan and all those guys would make sure Eddie Kenneth, everybody catches with 1 hand. Hey man, 1 hand catch. We got to practice the 1 hand catch because that's going to be a scenario in the game. So if you have a good DB, he's going to keep that arm down. You know what? Like Amari Cooper caught that one on Nazi.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to come up. Especially these guys are that good. You have to practice every almost as likely scenario. Let me put it that way. Okay. So
yeah, the one-handed catch, that's a big time drill to do. You do tennis balls first, and then you go to the football right afterwards.
Now, if you're trying to one-hand catch and you got two hands available, that's the problem.
But that does happen.
It does, and that's the wide receiver coach like, don't do that. Look, you got two hands.
That does happen.
Yeah. But, you know, the one hand's only, you know, the
I'm saying you have to catch it one hand. You have to catch it one hand. It's great. But what you just described might even happen more than the necessity of catching with one hand. I'm saying unnecessarily catching with one hand might happen more than having to catch with one hand. It's close.
No. Most guys are gonna catch it with two hands for sure.
Well,
like you're just gonna secure it. Like
what Worthy needs to practice is catching you the sidelines. That's what he needs.
Yes.
If there's one drill that dude needs to do 1,000 times, like Kobe jump shots after games, it's catching you the sidelines and tip tapping feet is what he needs to do.
Absolutely. That tiptoe, you have to drag the foot. And that's another drill you do in practice every single day. Drag your foot. Come on, drag your foot. Come on, one. Come on, Worthy. Drag that foot. And it's just something the guys got to get used to in doing. Yep. You know what I mean? Especially coming from college and you only need one foot in. Now, NFL, you need the two. And so when they're doing that little pirouette and it looks so pretty, oh my gosh.
Well, you'd rather have a guy having trouble with that than having the dropsies, right?
Yes, of course. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So hey, we're fortunate in a way. At least he'll learn to get his feet down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can learn to catch.
No,
I think you either got stone hands or you got pillow hands, and that's it.
Absolutely. If you learn how to catch, get on this league, you ain't gonna last too long. Sorry. As a wide receiver, no. You had to come in with a high volume of catching the football or something to get you up here. If not, then.
Speaking of, shout out to MVS for looking pretty good the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good.
Yes. I wonder how many people was like, how come he catch like that when we had it?
I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you also see that Kadarius Toney, that's another good example of it, where a guy can have all the talent in the world, athletic as can be, and then the drops, he's kind of like, set in for him, and where it's like now he's, on the practice squad in Cleveland now.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets into your head, the way I fear that it's gotten into Sky Moore's head, like
or Quinn Johnson,
so much that you're just like, yeah.
Hate seeing a dude struggle like that, man. I felt so bad for him. I was like, dang, God. So it's not a good place to be.
No, it's terrible.
All right, guys. Now we're coming to a 2 hours and 15-minute epic episode of Chief Concerns.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it's dinner time for some of us on the show. But yeah, I just want to. It was a great episode. Obviously, we did a lot of stuff in this episode. But yeah, I just want to wish all our viewers and all our followers, our listeners, everybody, subscribers, a happy Thanksgiving. And like I said in the beginning of the show, I know JD shares the same sentiment as you guys. You guys make Chief Concerns really what it is. And we really appreciate all the love you guys give us and the constant engagement.
Yeah, we can't appreciate you enough for everything that you've been doing for us, coming in and just watching us run our mouth. We appreciate you. For Thanksgiving, we are thankful for you all, our Chief Concerns family. I want y'all to enjoy yourself. Obviously for this, for tomorrow, the entire weekend. Be safe on the road if you're traveling as well. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your family. Get away from the bickering and fussing, okay? Love each other the way you're supposed to love each other. Please do, all right? At least keep it down to a minimum if you can do that, okay? All right?
Have a cutoff point at least.
That's right. So other than that, man, y'all brothers, man, appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you all and everybody else out here. I'm going to go and say hi to G-Pick, Mike Brennan, The Barbershop, Witchy Hall, About Time, Sasha, Paul, Andre Chenault. Let me see. I seen Newt was in here a little bit earlier. Let me see. Wolfgang, Jägermeister. Okay, that's a new one. I hadn't seen him in there before. Let me see who else. Ray was in here as well. Kathy Welch, I think she's already said bye. Kathy, good seeing you too. Gary Holland, you as well. But appreciate you, every single one of you all. Kermit the Goat, I'm the Brown. I think we've seen him in here. So listen, y'all take care. Like we said, if we need to say bye to you all, happy Thanksgiving. You know where our heart is. You know how we feel about you all. Thank you so much. But have a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving. Okay. So
well said, man.
Yeah, we love you guys. We love you, JD. And yeah, we'll obviously Wednesday show. We'll be back on here Friday on Bleacher Report right after the game. If you guys can't make the Bleacher Report episode, it'll be on our YouTube channel shortly thereafter. But again, love you guys. Hope everybody has a really, really nice holidays with your family and friends, or however you choose to celebrate your Thanksgiving.
Let's make it a Red Friday, not a Black Friday.
Hey.
Yeah.
There is Marion Oliver. Before we go back to the beginning of the episode. If you didn't get a chance to watch, you were one of the giveaway winners. So definitely go check that out. Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Marion. Congratulations, brother.
The back-to-back winners right there, Sasha and Marion Oliver right there. The two winners of the first round of the giveaways, guys. Remember, the first round of the giveaways. Still time to get in on more of the holiday giveaways, guys. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys Friday. I love you, fellas. Hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll speak to you guys soon.
Love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Love you, fellas. Appreciate it. Love y'all, Chiefs Kingdom. We'll see y'all later. Y'all take care.
See everybody. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.